What's up, you guys? Welcome to the March 24th edition of NBA 3-Ball presented by Established to Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher. Getting ready to break down a little bit of news. A pretty fun Tuesday night, especially late. There were some blowouts early, but I enjoyed it. So yeah, we're doing it in 10 minutes. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, please. As we got Mr. Woj's tweet from the night, talking what we've been talking about for the last couple of days. And it's the Raptors discussing Kyle Lowry and Norm Powell on multiple fronts. With the 76ers in Miami interested in Lowry. So something to look at there. There was a report from Tim Reynolds, who's really legit, especially on the Miami side of things. He was saying kind of casually that Miami's looking pretty good and Lowry may want to go there next year. So you got to think Miami's probably the front runner right now, despite how Lowry's from the Philly area, Villanova guy, all that stuff. But Norman Powell, too, like, if you have Norm, you do not want him to get traded. He's in such a good groove right now. Certainly, he may stay. It's going to cost a lot. I mean, he's on a good contract. And, 50, 40, 90. So, and what's crazy is there's, like, really no one to stash. They're going to probably get young players back, something along those lines. You really can't look to stash, like, Malachi Flynn's and Terrence Davis and all those dudes. But, yeah, like I said the last time, Chris Boucher would probably be a sneaky winner because they can't go small as much. Well, let's get to the basketball action here as the Nuggets looked like they were going to destroy. They were up by 20 for most of the second quarter, and the Magic made a real nice run in the third quarter, but Nuggets get the win. Big game from Joker, triple-double. Jamal Murray's playing better, and he had some good quotes about the break. Basically said he stayed away from basketball to kind of get him right. And I think he's playing better. He has a little bit more pep in his step. Didn't shoot the ball great today, but just overall, I feel like he's moving better. I think he's healthier, so I think Murray's going to kind of trend up. Michael Porter Jr. continues to get just huge minutes, just shooting the ball a ton, running the floor great. A little bit more dribbling today, too, so he's certainly on the roll. And, Monte Morris could be getting close. He'll probably start, too, so that'll cut into Millsap more than anybody else. A little bit of these other kind of fringe guys. Obviously, Facu Campazzo will be affected. PJ Dozier a little bit had a pretty good game today. The Magic get a 31-pointer out of Evan Fournier. Michael Carter-Williams, I think he made one right-handed shot and two lefty layups for a right-handed guy. He can't shoot, but he grinds his way there sometimes. Aaron Gordon, struggled in the first half, still had a good second half. And Al-Farouq Aminu really had kind of the big game that nobody expected. 17 and 10. They went down in the post more. We'll see if that continues. Probably not. They want to play Chuma Okeke a little bit more. But, obviously Chuma flopping is a little bit disappointing. They play back-to-back. It may get ugly. We're leading up to the deadline. We've heard the Aaron Gordon rumors. So, this team definitely, at 14 and 29, like, why wouldn't they be sellers? Moving to the Knicks, they drop 131 on the Wizards. Julius Randle could have had a 40 ball, got some late minutes, finished with a 37. Is that including me here? Just was lighting it up and with jumpers, great play. Just great play all around here. Elfrid Payton returned from his hamstring that he's fought most of his career. Derrick Rose still not back yet, was fighting COVID. He had a really interesting story about it, how it affected him, and it is not great to read or hear about. Mitch Robb, really productive off the bench, 31 minutes. You got to feel great about him going forward. Alec Burks was kind of the lead bench guard. Tibbs loves him, so this is not great for Emmanuel Quickley. He's kind of a drop if there's anything promising on the waiver wire right now. Wizards just can't defend right now. That was Bradley Beal's gripe after the game, that they're kind of scoring, just the defense is really bad, which has been the thing for Bradley Beal, like this most of his time there. If you play DFS, if the Wizards are playing, you're interested. Alex Len looked like he was going to have a big game. Had like two early blocks, thought he was going to get going, but just went away. This game got away from them. They couldn't keep the Knicks from scoring. So it's a headache. We kind of knew this. So certainly kind of an avoid spot. We'll see if maybe Robin Lopez, who didn't even play that much today, as they were just trailing and trying to come back. But, at least Rui Hachimura is shooting a bunch. Pelicans just smash all over the Lakers. Big games all around. Ingram 36, Zion well-run in stat line. Zion's just crushing. Josh Hart, dude. I played him in DFS, and I love it. What a fun guy to play in DFS. Eric Bledsoe struggled, and after the game, Stan Van Gundy talked about him struggling offensively. So, Nickeil Alexander-Walker got some good late stats, finished with a pretty decent line, 18-7-3. But really, I thought the most impressive player from an expectation standpoint was Kyra Lewis. This dude just flies around the court. So, deadline, Lonzo Ball rumors coming around. Lonzo didn't play, has a hip flexor strain. They're not playing until Friday, so they are certainly being cautious here. We'll see if there's more details. Lonzo typically a slower recoverer as well too. So yeah, I think obviously you're picked. Nas already picked up, but yeah, I think Kyle Lewis is if you can kind of hold him till Friday, or Thursday, depending what happens. I think it's worth it. Lakers side of things, we got a Devontae Cacok getting a start as he kind of guarded Steven Adams with Markieff Morris on Zion. That kind of cut into the wings. So Taylor Horton-Tucker's minutes came way down. Bad matchup for him. Mentioned this last time, like when the Lakers go bigger, when they get Gasol back, Horton-Tucker's not going to play upper 20. So keep that in mind. Man, Trez Harrell just played a ton. Schroeder, real rocky shooting, but got to the line a bunch. Kuzma also real sloppy, but got a pretty good line going. But yeah, this team's going to be a mess. Suns get the win. Just great defense, as per usual. I thought DeAndre Ayton had one of his best games in a while. In a bad matchup. So they were really trying to get him going, and that's the goal. I mean, that's the missing piece. If the Suns are going to make a run, it's going to be because DeAndre Ayton is above average, and he hasn't been that. He's been a massive disappointment this year. So him playing well is huge. Mikal Bridges is just stupid on defense. Just on ball, helping. He just recovers ridiculously well. Like, anybody who votes and doesn't put him on one of their defensive teams, like, I'm immediately judging them, to put it that way. But yeah, Booker and Paul kind of did their thing. And yeah, the Suns, man, they're legit. Miami, I mean, there's some things to say that are positive. Kendrick Nunn, a good scoring game. I'm going to go negative. Tyler Hero has been horrible the last 5 or 6 games. He can't make any jumpers. He's not going to get into the paint anymore. It's tough. I mean, he's honestly droppable if you're in like a 10-teamer or a shallower 12-teamer. For like Nah or for anybody that's promising right now. And the other big negatives, Kelly Olynyk, talked about it as soon as the new move happened, when they got Trevor Ariza, and they're going to want a team that switches, especially against a team like the Suns, who try to stretch you out a little bit with the big man inside. Like, that's bad. So Olynyk, definitely, I would overreact to this. If Olynyk is clearly your worst player or near it, I definitely think he's droppable. Awesome win for the Nets. Really shorthanded. James Harden, 40 minutes was game time. The Nets starters usually come out with bells on like 30 minutes before tip. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm pretty quick to usually tweet that. And they're late today. I was freaking out. Like, please, I need Harden. But yeah, comes in, crushes, 25-17 dimes. Nothing to say. Bruce Brown got poked in the eye. Minutes got cut. That was a little discouraging. But, I mean, the headline again. Second game in a row. Nic Clax, dude, like, he shut Dame down on so many switches. Gets more minutes than DeAndre Jordan again. He is the best big man on this freaking team. I'm including Blake Griffin. I'm obviously including DeAndre Jordan. Not including Kevin Durant when he comes back, if you want to count him. But Nic Claxton is ridiculous. If you look at his stats with James Harden before tonight, and they're probably going up, he's 21-9-2, 3 blocks and a steal, plus 16.2 net rating. He just dunks and dunks and dunks some more. Free that man. Love it. Blazers dropped this one at home. Dame kind of struggled. The Nets really defended him pretty well, especially from the three-point line. Kept him to 3 of 14. I mentioned Nic Claxton just shutting him down late. TJ McCollum's rusty. He struggled since he returned. To be expected, I guess. He was so freaking hot before. Was one of the best fantasy players. So he'll get it going. Moving around fine. Minutes were there today. 38 minutes. Got to feel good about him going forward. And his Cantor, ridiculous game today. 19 and 19. 6 dimes. Robert Covington got in foul trouble. Was actually really good, despite getting into some foul trouble. And Blazers will be all right. Sixers get the win. Tony Bradley was probably the player of the day. Great play if you played him in DFS. 18-11, 4 stocks. But yeah, Korkmaz is going to probably continue to start. Seth Curry did do some pregame stuff, so he's on his way back. Not back yet, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of this rotation is going to be. Shake's going to be kind of up and down. Warriors lose this one. Seth Curry's still out another week, so we are going to get a lot of Jordan Poole. Tough matchup today, so expect him to be better. The Sixers really pressured him, as they usually do, so don't worry about that. James Weissman returns. Look bad. Again, bad matchup for him, so I expect him to trend up in a hurry. So if you can buy low on Weissman, they're going to play him a lot. Steve Kerr's talked about this for a month now, that they want to play Weissman more, so maybe even like 30 minutes eventually. With the way he blocks shots and can shoot the ball a little bit, he could be really strong to finish. To the ads page, not much. Been talking about Jordan Poole and Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Josh Hart and all these dudes for a while. So only really a couple here. Nic Claxton, and Kyle Lewis, I mentioned. I think he's got upside. So that's it. Take care.